Hello YouTube and welcome back to Ultimate General Civil War. I am, as always, General Confusion. Sorry about missing a day there. I came down with a little bit of an illness and wasn't in good shape to talk, but mostly better now, so let's get right back into it. When last we left our intrepid, well, we can't exactly call them heroes, they are the Confederates, our intrepid protagonists, we were fighting the First Battle of Bull Run, and we'd actually come pretty close to history here. The Union... Oh, let's pause. The Union has driven us back across this creek here, back towards Henry House Hill, and McDowell is currently assaulting our north with overwhelming forces, while we are holding desperately waiting for Jackson to rush up with his troops. So let's get Jackson, see if we can get him drawn up in that field right there. We've got Kemper over here, we've got Harland over here. Kemper and Harland are kind of inside each other, which isn't great. Let's get Kemper right there. Hampton's Legion is holding the river there. We've got Cromwell, Beauregard. Okay. Okay, so as I see it, our best chances are... What are you doing, Harland? Harland, no. Our best chances here is to try and take out Burnside. Then maybe we can shift our focus over to all these jerks over here. Here comes Keyes, gonna cross the river. We've got our artillery lined up, laying down fire. We have more troops. Oh, sweet. We have more artillery coming up with Jackson. Get up there. Keyes, no. Keyes, don't charge. Okay, Burnside is routed. Great. B, you hold position. Bartow, I mean, I guess you can shoot at those skirmishers if you want. Oh, here comes Sherman. And two more. Okay. Okay. These of Jackson's regiments are actually going to have to go right over there. Okay, so we are holding on at the river. Not doing too badly. We have these nice woods protecting us. Stuart's cavalry arrived to support us. Okay, that's nice. Stuart, you're not... There's not much of you. But, hey, every little bit helps. Okay, so up we have the 1st Ohio charging the river. That's bad. We are going to get Jackson's troops to run up and support us. Run, do not walk. Get here in the woods. Oh, poor Kemper. Kemper's about to lose it, I think. The 2nd Ohio, at least, is going to get butchered. We don't have anything on this flank, so if Wilcox came across, we would be super, super screwed. Okay, the 1st Ohio is routed. No, back, get back. Don't do it, Hampton's Legion. You have so much to live for. I have so much for you to live for. Okay, here comes Burnside again. He's probably not going to enjoy what's going to happen to him. We've got Frank right there. Hampton's Legion is shooting at him. Bartow is going to be shooting at him again. Bartow is doing work. I am very sad that Bartow is army of Shenandoah and not my army. No. Oh, Bartow. And I was just being so complimentary about you. Okay. Our right flank is secure. I'm going to put one of these artillery over here. One of these artillery is going over here. These two units I want lined up in this field. So the field gives them some cover at least. And it means if Wilcox tries to push across the river, they'll be in position to intercept. Okay, so I think we have basically stabilized the situation. We've got troops on all sides, protecting our flanks. We're holding them at the river. We have our artillery bunched up here, more artillery going to the flanks. I think we've pretty much saved it. We still just have these 4 sad regiments. Brigades, sorry. Frank Kemper, Kemper's taking a beating. So has Harlan, holy crap. Siegfried actually hasn't been engaged all that heavily, but Siegfried's done respectably. Everyone should respect Siegfried. But most of the troops here are actually, we have the army of the Shenandoah, and then we have all these other guys that came with Beauregard and Jackson. That's interesting. They're actually listed as, I presume that means Army of the Shenandoah, but oh, it's a different, see, AOSHE, AOTS. Oh, Bartow's wounded. What happened? I guess he just got shot. Oh, there was an enemy cavalry charge that I missed because I was yapping. That's what I get for just running my mouth all the time. Let's throw Stuart across the river and see if he can, I don't know, cause some havoc somewhere. That's what Stuart does best. Certainly scouting isn't his major talent, as the Confederates found out before Gettysburg. Bartow, what are you doing? You know, I criticize this game a lot. I really do enjoy it. I think this is a great game. I say that because I'm about to criticize it again. This thing where the units will often just totally rotate out of alignment for no apparent reason, that happens way too often. I don't like it, and I don't know why it happens. But it looks like Bartow is about to hold off another attack here. Yep, here they come. Here come the boys in blue. Wow, Burnside. That was the worst place to stop. Oh, enemy cavalry caught Stuart and broke him, like, instantly. This is why I don't like ranged cavalry, by the way. Historically, you know, cavalry armed with guns, dragoons, and skirmishers were how cavalry was used in the Civil War, but in this game, they're just not very effective. You know, they have very few people in the unit, so they can't shoot effectively, they can't engage in skirmishing very effectively because enemies almost always get off a volley no matter what you do as you retreat, and they can't stand up in melee against cavalry armed with melee weapons, so they just don't really have a role. And here comes 3,000 more Union troops, because I wasn't faced with enough Union troops yet. Wow, Kemper. Siegfried, you really need to reload faster. Porter is getting across the river. And there it is. There's the melee. Well, you do have the help of 2 artillery batteries, so... B, what are you doing? Crap. Alright, so Porter has breached the defenses on the river. We might need to bring in 5th. Because this could end very, very badly. Oh, no. No, you don't, scouts. Okay. Shoot him. Shoot him. Alright, Burnside is routing and holy crap, losing a lot of troops there. Okay, one second. I just need to pause to figure out what's going on here. So, over here we have the 2nd Virginia not doing much. Siegfried has retreated. We can get him moving back towards the front. 2nd Virginia, we can move them up there. We've got our 3 cavalry right here, not well covered at all. All they've got is Bartow. And Bartow, I mean, I like Bartow. Bartow's a good guy, but he's also wounded. His brigade has done a huge amount of work, but I don't think the 1,000 of them can hold off all of this by their lonesome. Burnside is retreating, but he'll be back. B is retreating, but he'll be back, assuming he doesn't get slaughtered trying to cross the river again. So we're going to put Bartow... We need to put Bartow, like, right there, facing the largest concentrations of the enemy. The 5th VA is holding off Franklin bravely. The 33rd VA will come up and support them. Stannard. I'm going to push Stannard up as well. Okay, let's go. Kemper, meanwhile, has just been standing here slaughtering and getting slaughtered for a long time. I'm actually gonna... Alright, the enemy has fired. I'm gonna retreat, Kemper. Here comes Howard. Taking artillery and not caring. Howard, just go away. No one likes you, Howard. Howard's crying out loud. Okay, we've got Howard routing. And Sherman tried to cross the river and was routed. We'll move these regiments a little bit. I said we'll move these regiments a little bit. Okay, it looks like Howard may be stuck in melee. At least for a little while, which is good. Oh no. Hampton's Legion. Hold it. You can hold it. I know you can. We only have to hold. We're almost done. It's seconds away. Come on, we can do it. We can do it. You can do it, Hampton. I believe in you. I believe in all of you. Counterattack. Counterattack? Counterattack with what? Oh, counterattack with this. Okay. General, the Union is severely weakened, and now we can counterattack with our fresh reinforcements that will arrive shortly. Concentrate the attack on their right flank and push them back from where they came. Okay, let's take a look-see. So we've got Johnston, Bonham, Koch, Ewell, and Holmes here, and Smith over here. Concentrating the attack on their right flank, we could do that. Or we could take a slightly shorter route and concentrate the attack on their left flank, which is actually weaker. Roll that up. So I think I'm going to do that. All you boys get up there. I'm going to have the infantry run, because I would rather have them arrive tired than have them arrive too late to accomplish anything. And we'll send Smith up this way, just because he's closest to that. Yep, Jackson held like a stone wall. That's where the name Stonewall Jackson comes from. Okay, so we have broken the Union's center. But Burnside is coming back, so we can't. So Bartow, stop. Stop. Oh. Bartow, get out of the river. Okay, good. There you go. There you go. Siegfried should also fall back. See, we could, if we wanted to, try to take these troops and push across even before the reinforcements come up. But we don't have to, because the reinforcements are coming up right now. Actually, I don't want to do that because that will leave some of them in the river. Nope. Alright, here. Up, misclick. There we go. Okay, so we're just going to try to hold over here, basically. Ooh, Imboden, you have taken a battering. And Frank, you have dished out a battering. 1,100 kills. So, with that, these units can shift over to reinforce over here. Brockenbrow can shift over to reinforce over here. Smith can open fire on Wilcox, because we hate Wilcox. Oh, there's the Union Artillery Park. Well. They appear to be nearly out of ammunition, which is nice. I hear a charge. Up there it is. Wilcox is charging across the river into Smith. That wasn't actually a very smart idea. I mean, he's going to inflict some casualties, but he's also going to take a ton of casualties from all this supporting fire that I have. Meanwhile, my units are driving the Union on the flank. I'm going to turn off running now. Holmes, he's taking damage from the artillery, but he is also inflicting a lot of damage, so good for him. He can keep doing that. We're going to send all those units across, all these units over to reinforce. Franklin tried to cross the river again and got shot to crap. Johnston, you can come up and join everybody. Join the fun. Join the party. Wilcox is routing, so we are actually going to charge him with Stuart. Because routing like that, he will have a very hard time fighting back. Even so, this was probably a bad idea. Stuart, oh gosh. And Smith is running. Ewell can push up. 4th VA, Cook, Bonham. Ewell just go over there. Holmes, keep shooting the artillery. I don't want it. I want none of it. I want all the artillery dead. Actually, no. No. We're not going to cross the river. I changed my mind. We're just going to line up on the banks and hold. Okay. Bristow's supplies are empty, but Pryor's supplies and Canfield's supplies are fine, so our supply situation is groovy. Siegfried, stop. Stop. This whole advancing without or even sometimes against orders thing, I don't like it. I'm not a fan. I wish it wouldn't happen. Actually, Holmes, take this wall. I mean, you might as well. Oh, crap. I timed that exactly wrong. See, okay, what happened there was Holmes tried to take the wall, which meant he was pivoting in this direction, and just as he did, both of these batteries opened fire with shell. So he got the rear flanking penalty and ran for it. Also, notice my loss is 58.57%, more than half my army. I am a great general. Just fantastic. Bonham, pivot to deal with these nuisances over here. Siegfried, just stop. Just stop doing things. Everything you do is wrong. I don't mean that. I love you, Siegfried. You've been swell. Okay, so we have got this pretty much sewn up. Certainly we're going to win the scenario. Casualty-wise, I don't know exactly what the numbers are going to be like. Probably not great. But, you know, we'll see. I am not moving any of these units forward. They can just stay there and hold. I mean, there's less than 2,000 of them against easily 3 times their number, so. But over here, our counteroffensive is proceeding nicely. The 2nd Ohio is getting worked over by Bonham. Koch and Ewell can just kind of, Koch, Ewell, and B actually can move forward up here. 4th Virginia is taking on Sherman single-handedly, which is probably a bad idea, considering they're outnumbered 3-1. Harland, why don't you move up and provide some support? B, you can also provide some support. That's a little bit of a more even fight. Ewell can fight Keyes. Koch can move up into a flanking position where he can either attack the 2nd New York if it turns around, or also fight Keyes. And I think all of these units have finally learned that charging the river isn't a good idea, and now they're scared. Okay, Holmes can take over the beating up on the 2nd Ohio. So I'm basically letting my own troops rest at this point. What little remains of my poor beaten up army. See, those two units took almost 2,000 casualties just in the two of them. Siegfried took another 600. Frank has been crushing it all battle, but he did take a lot of casualties as a percentage of his unit. More than half. Oh, Preston is killed. I don't care because you're not my army. Rear flank? Oh, by the artillery over here. Holmes, go deal with that. Looks like Porter is setting up for another attack. Maybe? Maybe not? He's got 2 regiments and 3 artillery batteries on him, so it's not going to last long no matter what he does. And we have less than an hour to hold, so I think, at this point, it's basically sewn up. Okay, now, Siegfried, now you can cross the river. This is a situation in which crossing the river is warranted. There's poor Burnside. He came into this battle with 3,000 men. He's down to 1,200. Sherman, similarly, I think Sherman came in with 2,950. See, we have taken a lot of casualties, but we've inflicted a lot of casualties too. Just look at our artillery, 700, 800, 1,300, 300, and 460, even for those 2 that just showed up recently. Oh, Wilcox has crossed the river. Well, Smith will shoot him in the flank. Yeah, there we go. I just enjoy watching those numbers climb. Makes me happy. Warms the cockles of my shriveled little grognard heart. Okay, these 4 can swing over there. These 2 continue to pursue north, along with Koch. Because everyone knows you should never advance into the face of the enemy without Koch. Go away, Burnside. Nobody loves you. Wilcox is running. Good work, Smith. Your contributions to Confederate victory are appreciated. You're helping keep the world safe for evil. I really should be less political. Although I suppose it's not exactly political to talk about the evils of the Confederacy at this point, but I don't know. Maybe I have fans in the Deep South, who knows. Okay, so 34 minutes to go. It's looking all wrapped up. I may actually fast forward a little bit. Just because I don't see much happening here except us continuing to drive the remnants of the... Hello. Hi, supply wagon. Would you like me to shoot you? I would be happy to oblige. I think he would like me to shoot him. He's sure sitting there like he would like me to shoot him. Yeah, get him. Get him, Koch. And Holmes continues to drive the Union artillery. Well, Wilcox is coming back for more. Say what you like about these Union troops. Don't say they're not brave. You can say they're stupid, but don't say they're not brave. Okay, pull that line back a little bit, because it looks like Porter is coming in hot. Yep, definitely coming in hot. Ow. I'm sorry for your loss, B. Harlan be in the woods. Siegfried be here. 4th VA be here, and B can be here. I'm hearing charging noises. Where do we have a charge? Oh, there. There we have a charge. Well, that didn't turn out too well for you, Wilcox. I hope you'll think better of it in the future. Just kill them all, Smith. Okay, so this is how the major battles go. You have several stages, typically. You start out with a few forces, more troops, both of your own army and of allied armies, show up over time. The enemy, of course, also gets steadily more and more forces. And as you can see, numerically, this is actually pretty close. I mean, we'll see the totals on the end battle screen in about a minute, but there are tens of thousands of soldiers involved in these things. It may not be exactly historical numbers, but it can be pretty impressive numbers nonetheless. And I mean, your army can go up to... In my other test game, the game that I played before I started this Let's Play, I had one corps with 20,000 men and another corps with 18,000 men. So, you know, the numbers get up there. My army at that point was larger than some historical Confederate armies, larger than the Army of Northern Virginia was at some points in the war. So, it's, scale-wise, it can get pretty gnarly. Alright, so counterattack successful. The Union Army is shattered, divided into several sections, and mostly driven from the field. We have some larger brigades hanging on over here on the Union right, but the Union left is completely driven away, and finish. Okay, so here we go. Yeah, okay, so we had 17,000 men, they had 26,000 losses. We lost 6,000 infantry, they lost 16,000. We lost 11 guns, they lost 22 guns. We lost 84 cavalry, they lost 500 cavalry. Unit-wise, Bartow is the number one here with 2,200 kills for less than 400 losses. Harland also did extremely well, although he took a lot of losses. He lost 2/3 of his unit. Frank, coming in third. Often you will actually see artillery at the top of these lists because an artillery unit that is well placed and uses canister can get a ton of kills in a very short time. So Frank, Harland, Kemper, and Siegfried are also pretty high up there, although Kemper, woof. Boy, I'm sorry, Kemper. We're going to rebuild your brigade from scratch. Siegfried, Hampton's Legion, yeah, you have to go all the way down to Sherman before you see a Union unit that even shows up on this list, and he took 1,800 casualties. Porter took 1,000, 2,000 from Burnside. Burnside's division has also more or less ceased to exist. Alright, officer-wise, a couple officers promoted. James Preston was killed, I don't care about him, he wasn't one of mine. B was promoted, also don't care about him. Bartow. Oh, Siegfried was promoted, that's cool. Harland was wounded, so we'll have to replace him at least temporarily, and Kemper got promoted. Good job, guys. We captured more than 3,200 reboard farmers' muskets. Unfortunately, they're terrible, so we may not use them at all. We captured 6 guns, though, so that's more than enough to replace all of our guns. We captured some pretty high-quality Union cavalry weapons, which is nice. We rescued a whole bunch of Springfields and captured a few more, so it's all good. Alright, so this has been the end of First Bull Run. We got 2 career points, 10 reputation, $150,000, 9,500 recruits, and Stonewall Jackson himself. He's a brigadier general. He gives us an extra corps just for free. We don't even have to put points into it, although we will because we want our brigades to be larger. So actually, did I spend my career point last time? I did not, so that was a goof of mine, so I have 3 career points to spend. But anyway, I will reorganize the army and replace losses off-screen. And so the next episode, we'll dive right into another battle. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Bye-bye now.